Welcome back. Just a quick reminder before we get into this week's video that Every Time He Dies is officially available and would make an awesome Christmas present for all of your friends and family and even yourself. You can read the first 3 chapters of Every Time He Dies on my website, taraeast.com. Now for this week's video, I wanted to talk about how you can organize a physical book launch to celebrate the release of your novel. Hosting a book launch is a fantastic way to build hype around the release of your novel, but it's also a really fun way to celebrate this huge personal and professional achievement. Remember, lots of people want to write a book, but not all of them do. Taking a moment to pause and acknowledge yourself is really important because our busy culture sometimes tricks us into moving on to the next thing before we've even stopped to celebrate the completion of a current milestone. Now, hosting a book launch is simpler than you may think. Of course, your enjoyment of hosting a book launch event is completely dependent on where and with whom you host that event, but there are a few tactical things that will remain the same. Once you've picked a venue and settled on a date, it's super important that you do 2 things. 1, order copies of your novel in advance and deliver them to the venue ahead of time. That way, the bookseller can assist in the promoting of your event and the book by having the item in-house and on shelf. 2, you must promote your event. You may guess that promoting your event is pretty important. You should definitely promote your event on social media, your website, your newsletter, but also make sure that you tap into other resources as well. Because your physical book launch is location dependent, remember you're not hosting this event online, you need to target the audience and the residents of the region and town or city that you're hosting your event in. Some media sources you could consider contacting are What's On websites or Facebook pages, city cultural blogs like Urban List or Concrete Jungle, the Writers Center of your home state, as they may have a community notice board where they can advertise your event. You can also contact local newspapers, radio stations, TV stations, or magazines. Approaching local media is the best way to ensure that the maximum volume of your potential attendees are reached. Approaching local media outlets is the best way to ensure that the maximum volume of potential attendees has been reached. Hear me, you cannot depend on the bookstore to do all of the promotion for you. That's not fair. It's your event. You have to do some serious promotion and marketing to ensure that people actually show up. Yes, the bookstore will tell customers and they'll likely include it in their email newsletters to subscribers. They may even have a poster in store, but it's up to you to generate interest in your book and in the event. Now, approaching media outlets may seem a little scary, but it's actually not. So stop listening to that little voice in your head. Feed it a sandwich, throw it a shiny ball, and get on with your life. If you don't know how to approach local media outlets, don't worry. I filmed a video on this a few weeks ago. I'll link it up in the cards. In addition to spamming strangers, it's also important that you invite your family, friends, beta readers, proofreaders, editors, cover designers, and everyone else who was involved in the creation of your book. Invite them to the event. They deserve to celebrate too. If you've been working on your book for a long time, and I know you have, then these are the people you want to celebrate your release with. After all, they've put up with you yapping on and on about this project for years, so the least you can do is give them some cake and treat them to a reading. Hosting a book launch has a dual purpose. It's a way to celebrate the release of your novel, but it's also a way for you as an author to say farewell to the project. The book is done. It's not yours anymore. The launch signals your willingness to release it into the world so that it can go off and have new adventures with other people. If you've been thinking about hosting a launch, I encourage you to go ahead and do so. The event may be brief, say 1 or 2 hours, but it will be packed with meaning, I promise. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel to support my channel. Know that Every Time He Dies is currently available online everywhere. Just head to your favorite online retailer or Google it up. You can also read the first 3 chapters for free on my website, taraeast.com. While you're there, be sure to join my email list. Here, you'll gain access to my free downloadable cheat sheet, 7 Ways to Stay Motivated as a Writer. You'll also receive weekly email updates from me as soon as I upload my blog and vlog. Know that you can also follow me on social media. I'm on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. Thank you so much for watching again, guys. I hope you've had a stellar week, and I'll see you next time.